These are few of the features that we have implemented, such as user can list individual as well as all of the API keys. Then there are operations related to API keys such as create, reissue, revoke, activate, or deactivate from FortiSOAR UI. Then user can specify the validity of the API key, maximum up to a year, starting from the 1 day to maximum up to year. Then FortiSOAR APIs will validate this API key and give response accordingly. If it is valid, you will get the correct response. Otherwise, unauthorized access will be the output. This API key will not consume any user state, and this is selective that API key can be retrieved or not based on the user preference. Uh, where this story came from, there was one NFR from a customer who is an MSSP who wants his customers, that is childs, to he wants his MSSP setup to serve as a threat intelligence service and for their customers. And if we already had an HMAC based authentication, which would have been complex because there are too many children's or tenants of this customer. So and it will need a lot of code change on their end as well. So they wanted to stick to the API key way, and that's why this requirement came and the story began. So using API key, once you have created, you will have to add an authorization header in which the first keyword will be API key space, and then you will have to paste your API key to use the API key based authentication in FortiSOAR. So where this let's see the location where the API key module is located on FortiSOAR. Once you log into FortiSOAR, you will have to click on settings. Then there is a sub menu which is in under security management, which is API keys. Once you click on the API key, you will get to the listing page, and from here you can create as well as view and perform other operations on the API keys. Here you can see a details view page of an API key. Now let's move to the demo part. Any questions till now?
Yes, I have a question, Rishikesh. So, if I use any integration, so there I should give bearer then the token, or how it would be?
Okay.
Uh,
Uh, in the key, I don't understand your question. You want to use an integration in the
yeah, I
sense
want
you want to.
to, yeah, I want to use one integration like talking to FortiSOAR API. So
Yeah.
now in the post request or get request in the header, how I should send this API key? Like a
Okay. So
bearer space some this API key,
yeah.
or like basic authentication we have header key. Similarly here, what header key I should construct and send it
Okay.
across?
So the header key will be uh, as I have shown this authorization header in which you will have to include API key keyword rather than bearer keyword, and then you will have to paste
Okay.
the API
Oh,
key.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Authorization is the header key. Okay.
Uh, let's create one API key with some in demo. Let's create one API key with some permission on alerts, and I'll show how this API key will how I'll show it on Postman how we are going to use this API key and call the APIs of the FortiSOAR. In this form, you can see you will have to add a name, then validity. So how many days we can this API key will be valid? Maximum to 365 days. And then there is a normal RBAC from FortiSOAR and team. So you can assign a team and you can give the role permissions to the API key. Once you save, you will get a pop-up, and this API key is not retrievable yet. So you'll have to copy this API key and paste it somewhere. So you'll copy this API key and paste it in our Postman. In this, I have created a variable API key. With the help of this, API key token in authorization, you can see that we have used a type API key authorization with the header as authorization, and then there is the keyword API key value, and we are using a variable over here. This variable will use the same. It will be replaced while calling an API with this key API key. Okay. Now let's do a basic call, which is a get call. In headers, you can see you have an authorization header over here, other headers as well. If you send the request, you will get the data. This is all the alerts that were there, like alerts that have been captured over here. Nextly, we can use same API key to create an alert. This is the post method. You can see that the API key is the alert is created on UI as well. This alert has been created, which is created with the help of API key. Then you can also edit this API key. We are changing the source now. The source has been changed. You can see. Similarly, we can delete this same alert. This is uh, this is just a basic RBAC from FortiSOAR side, and it will follow team hierarchy as well as the RBAC. Now let's move to other operations that we can perform on API key. As you can see on the listing page, there is a key which is expired. On expired key, only regenerate key is the operation that we can perform. After regenerating, this key will be changed. So the old key will never be used again. We cannot use the old key. Then there is second operation, that is inactive, in which we can activate the API key if you want to use it, and again deactivate if there is some issue, or if this key is not in use, you can just deactivate it. If any API key is leaked, or let's say someone hands over an API key to third party and he wants to revoke all the permissions, then there is last option to revoke the API key. And after revoking, you cannot regenerate this API key. It will be revoked forever. Let's do one thing. Let's regenerate the key that we have created. You will have to enter the validity again. How many days you want this API key to work again? Here the API key is updated, and let's copy it and let's check if our old API key works now. See, you will get an authentication exception. And now let's change the API key to the latest one. And now check if it works. Yes, it works. Similarly, I can just do one thing, deactivate this API key. Again, send the same request. See, it is revoked and you cannot use it. And if I revoke this key, it will be disabled. So let's activate key, and I'll show you one more operation that can be performed, that is reset validity. Reset validity operation you can perform only if the API key is about to expire within 7 days. This way, you can extend your validity of the API key if there are too many integrations that are connected to the FortiSOAR. So just extend it for few days. Is till you can. It is not recommended to use it more than 365 days a key. But if you want to extend the validity, you can extend validity by any n number of days. There is one more operation which is related to retrievability. There is one setting which is in authentication. In authentication in accounts, you can see this API key settings in which you can enable retrieval mode, which is disabled by default. If you enable it, the existing API keys will be as it is. They will be not retrievable unless and until regenerated. So this key will be not be retrievable. If I regenerate this key, you get an option over here to copy the API key if you lost it. And if you create a new key, it will be retrievable. Other keys won't be retrievable. This is it. Do you have any questions? Any feedback?
Yeah, I have a feedback here. So can
Yeah.
we please add a online help information here, how to use this API, like very small short information. Like if you hover around any eye kind of small icon, other places you can see that if you hover around, it gives small information, like a very small nugget. So just to how to use this API key, because I
Uh,
think this is for integration only, right? So like how to add the header like authorization, then colon, then API hyphen key, then API key value. So like one example. So yeah, so that it would be very useful here
actually,
in this place itself. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, this is FortiSOAR. If we add any information here, what will be the purpose of the doc then? So because
Yeah.
this is
Yes.
like if you cannot add everything on in the UI, right? That's why everything is documented. Uh, Please go through documentation. If any issues, you can ask me directly
But
related to API keys.
yeah, we can consider this feedback because so we will not document anything. It is just a users part because other options are very intuitive in the UI and just for users part. So we can discuss with the UX and we can consider this. In fact.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, so for multi-tenant environment, like distributed multi-tenant, so is there any specific use case that would be affected or not? I'm not able to think about it now. So I'll come back after thoroughly thinking about it. So that is only one gray area that I have in my mind now.
Uh,
Otherwise, it looks, yeah.
yeah, so in starting, I have mentioned one use case which was related to MSSP.
Mhm.
There are other use cases like if a user wants the alerts from, let's say, alerts from FortiSOAR to be displayed on their Splunk app as well. So Splunk FortiSOAR integration is already there. We can use API key-based authentication now so that it will be more streamlined and much more easier to use.
Okay. So this is about Splunk Arden app.
Yes, we
Oh,
can use it over there as well.
okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Rishi.
Yeah. If no questions, then we can end this demo.
Hi, Rakesh. Yes, hi. Only one question. Do we have a max limit about how many requests using this API by user we can do?
Uh, So there is no such limit uh, how much API calls can be made using
Yeah,
a
yeah.
certain API key for now. This is considered in the next subsequent phases in which we will limit the number of calls that can be made using a single API key.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi. Just one more thing. Is there any way where we can track the number of requests from a particular API key? Just say some might ask for reporting and all. So is
Yeah.
there a way?
So yeah, we do audit the requests, but mostly the request audited are related to create, update, and delete. So you can see this API key based record has done some uh, operations. See, you can see here API key, which API key did which operation. So on alert, we have created alert using test API key. Then we have updated the same alert using test API key, then deleted. So this operations can be counted. Yeah,
Okay.
we also have one more way we can see. So last used is one of the method from which you can see when this API key is used. So for few API keys we have used now, like today. So there will be today mentioned over here. If you have never used, it will be never, and so on.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Rishi, there's one question in the chat as well.
Let me check, sir.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. It's just to understand if we can use the API key to fetch the IOCs from the taxi server in the team
Yeah,
module.
yes, this was one of the requirements. This was one of the things that we tested as well. So API key can be used on team module as well.
Okay, I was wondering because it is not listed in the module itself when we have in the instructions for fetching the details. So in the authentication, only basic authentication is listed. That's why I was not yet using the API key. Thank you.
No, you can use API key on every
Yeah.
APIs
Okay, I was
except
just
few
saying
which
that
are
if you
yeah
go to the
except
module authentication mentioned there, the requirement
yeah
for the outgoing feed is only stating basic authentication.
yes this I'll check, and if raise a mantis to update the doc for this case, and only few calls that are related to authentication. All calls related to authentication are not supported with the API key. Uh, this was done for security purpose.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, Rishi, we'll have to double check this part. He's talking about the taxi server itself, right? So let's double check and then confirm this bit.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.